The Dark Side of the City, Gothic Tale by Rolando Enrique Rosales Murga. Tonight, we went out together with Avner, Carl, Maximo, Julius, Cassius, Leandre, and Alexei to a place of ill repute where Caleb sometimes comes at night to waste his time and money. It is a strip club. I do not feel comfortable in the place. Suddenly, Alexei looks at me with his blue eyes, almost as if he could see into my soul, and asks, "Is something wrong, Enrique? You haven't said a word since we arrived. By the way, what do you have on your hands? You always wear black gloves. Do you really want to see it?" I reply with a certain satisfaction. "Of course," Leander answers for Alexei. "We all want to see what you're hiding in your hands." I removed the first black leather glove and revealed the inverted cross I carved into myself as a teenager, as scarification. On the other hand, there is an identical cross, but are upside down. They reflected rebellion. "Blood of Christ," Cassius says, somewhat frightened. "Quite a scarification. Quite a scarification," Maximus says, with sarcastic smile on his lips. Abner simply watches alongside the prostitute sitting on his lap. No one has realized that most of our group are underage. "Come on, Caleb, leave that prostitute already," Carl says with a certain air of morality. With disdain, Cassius interrupts him and tells us, "My mother, in order to support me and all my siblings, had no choice but to devote herself to the oldest profession in the world. I do not hate her, my friends, rather, I admire her. She was like a warrior. She gave herself for her children. It is a pity she is no longer alive." The tears in Cassius' eyes make us fall into a deep silence. The beers begin to take effect on me. Determined, I start walking toward Beatrice's house. I arrive, sneaking through the front balcony, and with my ring I gently knock 3 times on the glass door. She comes out, looks at me in surprise, embraces me, and asks where I have been. I tell her to be quiet, that I love her, that my soul dies for her. I remember that I must return with my comrades. About half an hour passes before I return. I discover that Leandre has started a riot. A tall man with very long hair lunges at me with force, but I step aside and strike him in the ribs. He falls, breathless and in pain. I simply tell the others that we should leave. On the way, passing through the old cemetery, Cassius and I ask Abner to stop the Pontiac. We arrive at his mother's grave. He begins speaking to the tombstone. "It is better to leave them alone." We walk through the cemetery. Suddenly, from atop an old ceiba pentandra, a tremendous scream of anguish is heard. We crouch down. All of us are dressed in black, so we blend into the dark ground. A being approximately 8 feet tall suddenly dashes across the cemetery. It crashes through Cassius Faust, yet passes right through him. This is inconceivable. Then the rusted gate of the graveyard can be heard giving way. It is the caretaker. He has seen us. "Run. You know that if they catch us here, it will mean 30 years in prison for sacrilege, without any possibility of parole. Run now," cries Caleb's anguished voice. Without thinking twice, we ran through the crosses and gravestones. Soon we reached the car. Upon arriving at Abner's house, we realized that from the nearby forest comes the singing of many children. We spent the entire dawn listening to the song. Thus, morning arrives. Will we never have a moment of peace? Carl says, somewhat irritated. We have studied together since we were very young. Ever since then, we have witnessed ghosts and other apparitions. We are a team, the Canticum ex Moris.